The A-10 Warthogs and more than 300 airmen have been deployed as the US military builds up forces in the region amid ongoing fighting with Houthi militants in Yemen. Even as the US Air Force works to retire its fleet of A-10 Thunderbolt IIs, Warthogs are still proving useful in the ongoing fight. And now, the US military is sending additional Warthogs to the Middle East. It's part of the latest buildup of US military power, as fighting ramps up against Houthi forces in Yemen. To beef up the US presence in the region, B-2 bombers have also been deployed to Diego Garcia in an effort to remind Yemen and Iran that the Americans mean business. The island is roughly 2,000 miles from Yemen, and the B-2 has an unrefueled range of about 6,000 nautical miles. Combined with B-2 stealth bombers and carrier-based F-35Cs, the A-10 Warthog could deliver devastating strikes against Houthi targets, effectively deterring aggression. A combined attack from B-2s and A-10s could bring unprecedented levels of death and destruction to the Houthis. Although slated for retirement by 2028, the A-10 remains critical for current missions, including potential strikes on missile sites threatening shipping lanes, underscoring its persistent battlefield utility, despite critics advocating for more modern replacements. The Houthis are now the main worry. The United States has been punishing them in Yemen, and the Houthis have vowed they would still attack civilian and military shipping in the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden with missiles and drones. This is a danger to ships, and it is only a matter of time before the enemy weapons could sneak through the protective umbrella of the US Navy and damage a warship. That's why the A-10 could be used for a ground attack on Houthi missile launchers and other types of military targets to remove this threat. In several key respects, there is little debate that A-10s could prove highly effective in various contingencies in the region, as many potential adversaries simply do not operate the kinds of advanced air defense systems that might otherwise make the A-10 obsolete. Accordingly, should the US extend or further intensify its attacks upon Houthi targets, such as dismounted groups of fighters, lower-flying attack platforms such as the A-10 could prove effective. The A-10 Warthog have a powerful 30mm cannon beneath the fuselage that fires directly from the nose or front end of the aircraft. They are a weapon that could blanket enemy areas with incoming fire that is much more lethal and wide-reaching than standard small arms. Maneuvering groups of Houthi fighters might be challenging to strike from higher altitude fighter jets because air-to-ground weapons, such as guided missiles and rockets, might prove insufficient against dispersed, fast-moving groups of fighters. However, a 30mm cannon fired from an A-10 might be able to keep pace with, track, and fire down upon pockets of ground troops seeking to maneuver. In this respect, a platform such as an A-10 could prove effective when faster fighter jets encounter challenges. Armed with a titanium hull, the A-10 is agile. The A-10s fly low and slow over enemy areas, absorbing large amounts of small arms fire. This ability enables pilots to maneuver the aircraft and reposition to attack groups of enemy fighters on the moving combat. With its built-in redundancy, an A-10 could continue to attack even in the event that some of its systems or components were destroyed or disabled by enemy fire. The Navy is worried enough to send another carrier strike group to the island to join the USS Harry Truman. The USS Carl Vinson Strike Group will eventually patrol with the Truman in Central Command, and the United States is looking to end the fighting efficacy of the terrorists once and for all. The A-10 is surprisingly still part of this attacking force. The old standby during Operation Desert Storm and the global war on terror has enjoyed success against years of ground threats. This time, it could show that continued action by the Houthis will bring death from above by the venerable Warthog in what could be its last combat deployment. President Donald Trump has repeatedly threatened Tehran in recent weeks to cut its support for the group or risk American retaliation. The choice for the Houthis is clear: stop shooting at US ships, and we will stop shooting at you. Otherwise, we have only just begun, and the real pain is yet to come. For both the Houthis and their sponsors in Iran, Trump posted on his Truth Social app, Still, despite 2 weeks of renewed US strikes on Houthi sites across Yemen, hitting over 100 command posts, stockpiles, launch sites, and even leaders, the group has not backed down, and commercial shipping companies have not returned to the Red Sea. The A-10 could potentially have some type of role in an attack against Iran. The A-10 has been used in a strike role against ISIS terrorists in Iraq and Syria. This is probably a more likely mission for the close air support dominators. Despite their popularity with mission commanders and battle planners, the Air Force aims to retire all 200 A-10s by 2028. Fans of the A-10s point to the latest use and have determined that the Warthog is needed in all its glory to fight brush fire wars into the 2030. They bring powerful weapons and munitions to the fight and can loiter over a target and blast away, protecting Americans, soldiers, and Marines on the ground. Since the Idaho Air National Guard received its first Warthogs in 1996, the wing has frequently deployed to support combat operations across the Middle East, including its largest deployments include those in 2020 for Operation Freedom Sentinel and in 2016 for Operation Inherent Resolve. After 3 decades, the A-10 fleet will begin its retirement in the fall of next year. The 124th Fighter Wing is set to transition to F-16 fighters starting in spring 2027, pending the completion of an environmental analysis in the coming months. The A-10 carries a full complement of weapons, including GPS-guided Joint Direct Attack munitions. Its arsenal includes GBU-38s, GBU-31s, GBU-54s, Mk-82s, Mk-84s, AGM-65s, AIM-9 Sidewinder missiles, and rockets, along with illumination flares, jammer pods, and other protective countermeasures. The aircraft can carry 16,000 pounds of mixed ordnance. 8 can fly under the wings, and 3 under the fuselage. Regarding targeting, navigation, and precision, enhancements in mission computing could prove crucial to upgrading combat performance for the A-10 by enabling new weapon systems for the platform. Houthi forces operate differently. Rather than relying on large-scale armored operations, their tactics focus on stealth, surprise, and unpredictability. Armed with modified drones, hidden missile launchers, and guerrilla strategies, their approach challenges conventional military doctrine. In today's conflicts, adaptability is crucial. The A-10 remains effective when paired with modern technologies, such as surveillance drones and satellite reconnaissance. This integration ensures that the Warthog doesn't just survive in asymmetric warfare, it thrives. From the sands of the Gulf War to operations in Afghanistan, the A-10 has proven time and time again that it can rise to any occasion. Its durability, firepower, and reliability have made it an enduring symbol of the US Air Force's commitment to protecting ground troops. As we explore its role in modern warfare, one thing becomes clear. The A-10 Warthog isn't just a weapon, it's a promise of support and strength for those on the ground. It has earned its place in history and continues to secure its future, one mission at a time.